Okay, I'm gonna make this one quite quick because frankly I'm quite pissed off and really I just want to vent a bit. It's about the issue of Scottish separatism and the SNP and all this crap. It's been a year since the Scottish referendum. Now in that referendum, Scotland's voted decisively to stay part of the United Kingdom. 55 to 45%. I know there's conspiracy theorists out there who say it was rigged and so on, and they've got scant evidence for that. But that's it. It was Scotland voted to stay in the United Kingdom. But since then, obviously, some drastic things have happened. We've had the general election, and the SNP done very well. I think there's a range of reasons for that. But I believe that their success was much more to do with protests against Labour. In fact, this was explicitly the reason that a lot of people quoted, rather than a real desire for independence. I find it very difficult to believe that in the 7 or 8 months, whatever it was, between the referendum and the election, suddenly thousands and thousands of people got this sudden urge for independence. I doubt that. I think probably they were angry with Labour for a range of reasons, um, and they protested against Labour. And the arguments are the same as a lot of the arguments against Labour in England, from core grassroots supporters, i.e., Labour has lost its way, it's no longer a social party, and so on. Well, the election of Jeremy Corbyn has made a drastic barrier to that claim, because Jeremy Corbyn, I think everyone would agree, everyone who doesn't have an agenda, that is, would agree that he is a socialist, he is a social democrat leader. Um, I mean, people are saying he's the most true Labour leader since Clement Attlee. So there are people who I think distance from Labour, and I think the election of Jeremy Corbyn is going to give them some hope and get them back to the party. Now, although I'm not a Jeremy Corbyn supporter, the fact that he believes in the United Kingdom is a very good thing, because he recognises that the sort of issues that impact, for example, working class people are the same in England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. There may be some differences in the exact demographics, but the general principle is there, i.e., austerity, hating the poorest the hardest, and all that. What he's saying is people should be united. Now, the SNP is a nationalist party, the Scottish National Party. They have, for a long time, presented themselves as a social democrat alternative to Labour. They can no longer do that, so they're getting desperate. They're once again threatening independence. Sturgeon is going on and on about saying things like David Cameron is on his last legs and all this sort of stuff. Basically, doing the very thing they accuse unionists of, scaremongering. They accuse unionists of scaremongering during the referendum. But what are they doing now? They're basically blackmailing the United Kingdom. They're saying, give us everything we want or we'll break away. Now, there's a few problems with that. Firstly, both Nicola Sturgeon and Alex Salmond said this was a once-in-a-lifetime referendum. So why are they going to drag us through all this shit again? Okay? This wasn't the United Kingdom imposing its way. This was a free referendum. Okay? The rest of us didn't have a say in it, or we couldn't vote in it. So I really don't know what they're complaining about. Uh, they got the referendum. I'm talking about the Nationals. They got the referendum. The results were something they didn't like, so now they're having a tantrum. And they keep pushing and pushing and pushing. If there was another referendum and it was another rejection, then they would call for another one and another one until they get what they want. This is a nationalist party driven first and foremost by nationalism. And in the case of the United Kingdom, that means separatism. I am so sick of them. I am so sick of them trying to divide this country. And I staunchly believe it has caused Scotland, that had a detrimental effect on Scotland. You know, people say it's politicised Scots. Well, that's in itself is a good thing, but the division is not. And I think it is completely dishonest to accuse unionists of that. Because in the end of the day, it's the nationalists who want to break away, just change the status quo. Okay? So To accuse unionists of being divisive is a twisted logic. Um, I'm not, by the way, attacking everyone who voted yes. Personally, I think that's a mistake, but I'm not going to tell others what to do. But I do think people should be aware that if they give the SNP support, they're supporting a nationalist party. This isn't, it's not dictating what other people should do. I'm just telling you the facts. The SNP is a nationalist party. So if you are a Labour supporter, I I appreciate that you felt frustrated with Labour, but look at what's happened. Now you have a genuinely socialist leader. So if you really are a socialist, right, then put that first. That's what I would suggest. Um, but I'm so sick of this. Every day I see yet another rant about from the SNP about how awful the UK is. These SNP MPs are perfectly happy taking their money from Westminster. Sinn Féin at least have consistency. At least they don't take up the seats. So Sinn Féin at least are not hypocrites in this regard. The SNP hate the United Kingdom. They hate Westminster. They're determined to tear this country apart, yet they're perfectly happy to take their salaries from Westminster. Now, I'm sorry, but that is rank hypocrisy. It's a bit like you sitting in the European Union. Um, and I am angry. Yes, I am angry because I see great uncertainty in the years ahead. I see uncertainty about a lot of things. And I love my country. And I hate to sit by and watch this happening. Every day they're trying to push and push and push. I mean, I came across a hardcore SNP supporter the other day actually saying, oh, Corbyn is a unionist, therefore he's another red Tory bastard. This is the sort of thinking that we're dealing with. So a man who is widely acknowledged to be on the hard left is being accused of being a Tory by someone who has such a narrow vision that all I'm going to say is, you had your referendum. The decision was free and fair. That was the decision. Accept it. I mean, how would you be responding, right, if yes won and Scotland was on the course to independence and unionists were saying, oh, no, no, let's call for another referendum, you know? So, and I've just read one comment saying, let's have another referendum so we can all get on with our lives. Unions are trying to get on with their lives, okay? But it's nationalists that are constantly driving this division. And frankly, I hate what they're doing. And I can't understand their thinking. I cannot understand how you can hate being in one of the greatest countries in the world. There, I said it. That's what I believe. I believe the United Kingdom is a great country. I believe we have some massive social problems, yes, but I believe this country is greater than the government that runs it. So people saying, let's have independence because of what the Tories are doing are missing the point. This is one government. Yes, fight them, challenge them, stand against them, do all that. But independence is forever. The Tories can be kicked out of office, and they can do so by voting for Labour under Jeremy Corbyn. So, just a few words of conclusion. I haven't prepared this video. It is a rant. I'm not going to lie about that. It's a rant. But I am fed up with these nationals. I'm sick to death of what they're doing. And I'm sick of the atmosphere they're causing in Scotland and elsewhere. I have contempt for what they're doing, to be quite frank about it, because I don't think there is any other country in the world that would stand by and let itself be destroyed. And this is a very critical point. The United Kingdom is a country. Yes, England and Scotland and Wales and Northern Ireland are constituent nations. Yes, there is differences. Yes, it is important to have devolution and all those things. Yes, it's important people feel that they're empowered. But the way things are going, Scotland is going down actually quite an authoritarian path. It's going down the lines of only allowing, there's actually a lack of pluralism in the current atmosphere in Scotland. That is to say, if the Nationals had their way, only people who agree with them would be allowed to say. Unionists in Scotland would be bullied and harassed into silence. And, I can joke about it going down the line of a one-party state, but there is a serious issue here. and that is the absolute lack of tolerance from nationalists. You know, unionists have to put up with their crap all the time, and this really just. I don't think there's any other country in the world that would stand by and allow this to happen, and it sickens me quite frankly. Am I being negative in this video? Yes, I am, but I'm damn angry. I'm angry that they won't accept the decision from last year. I'm angry that they keep pushing this independence agenda because there's nothing else that they have. Okay, they went on the Social Democrat card for a while, um, but that's only the second most important thing to them. The single most important thing for the SNP is breaking up the United Kingdom. It's a fact. I'll leave it there because I'll just say something that